Welcome to my channel. For this video, I'm going to talk about communication breakdown. But before that, I want to introduce myself. I'm Jamaica De Leon Vergara from 11 State, and the process of this video is for academic purposes. First, what is communication means? Communication is a process of exchanging thoughts, ideas, and opinion in order to connect with other people. Communication is simply the act of transferring information from one place, person, or group to another. If the communication has not been successful, it leads to communication breakdown. What is communication breakdown? Communication breakdown is a failure to exchange information resulting in a lack of communication. Communication breakdown because there is wrong perception by the receiver. Communication breakdown occurs because of some certain barriers. What are these barriers? We have 4 types of barriers. First, physical barriers. Second, psychological barriers. Third, cultural barriers. And fourth, we have linguistic barriers. What is physical barriers? Physical barriers are the natural or environmental conditions that act as a barrier in communication in sending the message from sender to receiver. Example of physical barriers. Psychological barriers are called as mental barriers. These refer to social and personal issues of a speaker towards communicating with others. Example of psychological barriers. Cultural barriers pertain to communication problems encountered by people regarding their intrinsic values, belief, and tradition in conflict with others. People culture affect the way they communicate and relate to others. Example of cultural barriers. Lastly, what is linguistic barrier? Linguistic barriers pertain conflicts with regard to language and word meanings because words carry denotative and connotative meanings. They can sometimes cause confusion and misunderstanding. Meaning of words and symbols also vary depending on culture. Example of linguistic barriers. We have 5 methods to avoid communication barrier in the future. Number 1 is have clarity of thought before speaking out. Before you try and get your point across to others, you should be very clear yourself on what you're hoping to convey. Number 2 is learn to listen. If you don't understand the point that someone is trying to make, don't be afraid to ask them to repeat it or explain further in a polite manner. Number 3 is take care of your body language and tone. When people think of improving their communication skills, they focus a lot on verbal communication. Number 4 is build up your confidence by asking for feedback and observing others. If lack of confidence is leading to a communication breakdown, then you may need to consider using different tactics to improve your skills, to the point that you start to feel more confident. Number 5 is communicate face-to-face on the important issues. As tempting as it can be just send an email or shoot over a text message, try and avoid doing this for more important or personal things. According to the author Kathleen Berger-Barr, there are also similar kind of barrier. This is called noises. There are 3 types of noises. First is external noises, second is internal noises, and lastly we have semantic noises. External noises are the sight, sound, and other stimuli that draw people's attention away from intended meaning. Example of external noises. Second is internal noises. Internal noises are the thoughts and feelings that interfere with meaning. Example of internal noises. Jet lag. And lastly, we have semantic noises. Semantic noises are the alternate meanings aroused by a speaker's symbols. This idea means that a word may have another meaning in the minds of the students. This is affected by the language in which they grow and the culture in which they are exposed. Example of semantic noises. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. Bye!